Okay, today we're going to be installing some cabinets. Using my stud buddy to find the studs. Got it stuck to the screws, just a magnet. Measures 16 inches over. Got them all marked out. If you need help finding studs, I suggest you don't start by installing cabinets. So I got the laser level set up and using this ledger board as my third hand, screwing it here to the studs on my laser level line. And now I'm measuring over how far the stud's going to be and marking that here on the back of the first cabinet. And there's some other things I'd like to explain, but I will do that a little later on. So I'm just pre-drilling the back of the cabinet here so I can see where the studs are from the inside of the cabinet. So I'm going to get a couple screws, get them started in here, because once I have the cabinet in the air, I don't want to be fiddling around with too much stuff. I'm using 2.5-inch cabinet screws, so it should be plenty good, I hope. Okay, let's see. Gonna get this lifted up in place. I see I have it resting on my board, so I don't have to hold it up. Just keep it against the wall and tight to the other cabinet. Now I'm simply gonna tighten down the screws, check it one more, and tighten down the bottom 2 screws. Okay, let's see what's next step here. This ledger board, so normally I would use something longer. I brought a 2x4 for this, but as you can see, there's a concrete wall that protrudes, so it was too close to use the 2x4. And this, unfortunately, was the only other piece of scrap wood that I have on hand. So you can see here I'm pushing it up against the cabinet that's installed and keeping it on my laser level line. So really anything could be used down here. It's basically just to hold the weight while I put it in place. So I'll move here into a time lapse. You get the gist. And so you just do that 3 more times, measuring where your studs are, pre-drilling. See, they turn the light off every now and then just to see my laser level a little better. And yeah, so it's not too bad as long as you do some prep work. And here you go. Here's installing the shelves. Easy peasy. That part we can all do, I think. Then off camera, what I did here was pre-drill and use some trim head screws to secure all the faces of the cabinets together. And that's just going to help with overall strength and look. I do have to patch these holes from that board I was using. And I'm going to simply use some of this fast dry and start to patch these holes. And then I do have some holes inside the cabinet that I need to use. So I'm just using this stuff. It works great for all types of wood applications. But the reason I have some extra holes in here is because when I was measuring to know where my studs would be, I forgot about this gap here. So you can see the fronts touch, but not the backs. And that's what led me to be about 3/4 of an inch off on my stud that way. Hopefully you're enjoying the smooth jazz in the background. And the last step, as always, is to clean up your mess. So, not terrible. If you have an extra set of hands, or if the cabinets are any bigger than these, I suggest getting some help. But yeah, hopefully that helps somebody install some cabinets all by your lonesome. And here's just one way to do it. So go ahead and get all these shut and give you one last look at the finished product. Nice and level. Touched up the holes with some white paint. And there you have it. Hope it helps.